Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be reviewing this book by Dan Brown called Digital Fortress. And to all of my friends who know me, they know that I'm a huge fan of this book. I love this book. It's definitely one of my favorite books out there, even by Dan Brown. I've read all of his books. So, what this book is about is it's kind of like a techno thriller. But I mean, don't worry, like, even if you're not a technological thriller fan and if you've never read any of that, you're still going to like love this. I haven't met anybody who's not liked this book. Even on Google it says 94% people love this book. Yeah, so if you look at that kind of stuff. So now what this is about is US's top security agency, and it's called National Security Agency, NSA, and they even jokes that it's called like no such agency because it's so secretive that very few people know about it. So now, US is a world power because it has, a lot of information that the other world doesn't, and it protects all of its military information, obviously, like all other countries. So now what happens is there's this massive computer, and it's called Translator, and it's very advanced. It can crack any code. So obviously very sensitive information is protected by code and it's encrypted. So the general public, like us, we can't access it, but this computer can, so it can break down all codes and get access to all of the information, until what happens is that this computer somehow gets spoiled. Not somehow, it's because an ex NSA worker, so an ex, like whoever used to work at National Security Agency, he gets angry at National Security Agency, so he makes this code which will ruin the translator. So if you ruin the translator, then you basically ruin America because all of the information will be available to everyone. So now what happens is he makes this code, okay? And then he goes and dies in Spain, which is, yeah, so he dies and now nobody knows where he is. And but somebody knows that he has kept the password to this code somewhere. So if you find the password, then obviously you can protect the machine from breaking down, exploding, everything. So now it gets interesting because it's not really a love, like it's not really a romance novel, but there is an angle. So what happens is that a top cryptographer, or for somebody who doesn't know, who deals with codes, break down codes, makes codes. So a top cryptographer called Susan Fletcher and her husband, okay, so she works at National Security Agency, and the head of National Security Agency, he's in love with her. So what he does is he thinks that in this mission he will send her husband to find the guy who created that bad code which ruined the computer. So now he purposely sends her husband to find the bad guy, and she's here, trying to solve the translator, everything. So now what happens is the why I love this book is, and okay, so basically this novel is about whether they, like they manage to save translator, or all of US's information becomes available to everyone. So now why I love this book is because of its chase sequences. So a chase sequence is obviously if somebody's running after someone and you don't know if they get caught or not, and it's amazing because in this the stakes are so high, so if they get caught then so much is at risk, so you're really interested and invested in the cause and you really want to know what happens. And my heart was racing so fast when I was reading this book, and I was completely into it. Like nobody could distract me. I was in this book. It was almost like I was watching a movie, which I think is definitely like one of the highest compliments you can give a book, kind of, because you forget that you're reading. It's almost like you're experiencing it. And so yeah, so the chase sequences are amazing, and it's like you want to know if the guy gets caught or not, if they finally manage to retrieve the password for the code. And translator is described so vividly. It's such a huge machine, it can crack any code, so just imagine how big and like how massive it would be and how technologically advanced it would be. So that's amazing. And it's just like the whole love angle, like will her husband die, and she's a head cryptographer, and it's amazing. Like you should definitely read it, and it's so like futuristic, and Dan Brown, he's obviously amazing as always, and it's just you just really want to know the end, and it's a very quick read. And like even at the back it's written, wow, blockbuster perfection, and exceedingly clever, fascinating, and fun, a heart racing thriller. This novel doesn't get your pulse rating. If this novel doesn't get your pulse rating, you need to check your medicines or check your meds. So that's true. Like, this will quicken your heart rate. You will want to read faster. And I think it's also Dan Brown's debut novel, which makes it even more special if you're a fan. So yeah, I think you should definitely read it.